and welcome back to my channel in a new video. Today is going to be my January wrap-up, which is crazy that January is already over and that I'm doing this video. It's just crazy how time flies. But don't have too many books, but one of the books are huge, so I think that's why there's not too many. But I've actually had a really great reading month. Like, I've been enjoying or even loving the books that I've been reading, so can't complain. It's definitely been a great start to the year because these books are amazing and I'm very excited to talk to you guys about them. So let's get started. The first book that I read in January was All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. This book, you guys, was touching, it was deep, it was dark, it was truly beautiful and inspirational, heartbreaking, all of the above. We follow this girl as she is a kid and we follow her until she is all grown up and adult. So I think we start at the year 1975 and we go up until like 1990, maybe even more, I can't remember, but it's kind of reminding me of Where the Crawdads Sing, where we also follow this girl as when she's young until she's an adult. And if you know me and you watch this channel, you know that I love the Where the Crawdads Sing, so me comparing it to that book just tells you guys that it's an amazing book. So yeah, we follow this girl as she's growing up in a very toxic household, a toxic family. She's not treated right, she's not treated good, and it's horrible. And you follow her as she's living her life and how she finds this one person that she kind of relies on and gives her life to, and it's truly this, you get to watch her build this beautiful relationship with this person, and he's kind of her everything in her world, and you get to follow these two as they kind of take on the world together. And it's just truly beautiful. I actually didn't know too much about it going into it, which I'm happy about, so I definitely recommend that. Don't read up on it beforehand, just go into it with nothing and you come out as like a new person. I'm not even kidding. It was so real and raw and honest and touching and beautiful, heartbreaking, gripping. I can't tell you guys how much I love this book. I definitely gonna reread it when I feel ready for it because it definitely took some processing to do, and the beautiful ending had me like almost crying. Like, it was so good, so good. The next book I read in January was The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. This is the newest book in the Truly Devious series that I finally got my hands on. I know it's been out for a while and it's been on my Amazon wishlist forever. I just haven't been interested in it. I've been interested, I just haven't been in the mood for murder mystery YA, but I decided finally to pick it up and buy it, and I read it. I love this world. I love following Stevie and her friends as they solve murder mysteries, but I love the three first ones where we have the Ellingham Academy setting, where you follow Stevie at Ellingham Academy. She's really into crime, she loves solving crime, she's really good at it, and at this boarding school there is this really famous kidnapping happening back in the days that never was solved, and you follow Stevie as she's trying to solve that. This book though, we don't have that boarding school setting, which I hate. Like, I love the boarding school setting, so I was really sad when I found out this is not going to be set in that school. This is set in the summer, so there's no school. You have a camp setting, which I also really enjoy, but it was just weird to follow Stevie in another setting than school, you know? I just really love the boarding school vibe with murder mystery going on. But we have this summer camp that there has been a murder like back in the day, and jump to the present time, it's like never really been solved, and it's like starts to happening again. So Stevie gets invited in to come there and work there and solve this crime, and I loved that we got to still meet Stevie's school friends, that they got there to help her. Really love that we still got the gang back together. But I did find it a little bit boring. I don't know if I'm kind of over this series because I really did love the first three ones, but I might just be done with it. I don't know, I might just not really be too into YA mysteries anymore, or this type of books. I don't know, I just thought it was a little bit boring. It was really fast-paced though, easy read. It was just kind of a boring mystery in my opinion. Nothing too much going on. It was just nothing that left me like, I closed this book and to this day, like, I can't really remember what happened because it didn't stick in my mind. So a little bit boring. I was a little bit disappointed, but I do still love this whole series, and it's just a perfect beginner's mystery YA if you are just getting into it. The next book I read in January, I didn't start it in January, I just finished it in January because it definitely took me more than a month to read this book because it's huge, and that is Under the Dome by Stephen King. When I was younger, I discovered upon this show called Under the Dome, which I fell in love with. It was definitely odd and weird, but I kind of liked it. I loved the vibes that it was getting off. And now years has passed and I kind of forgot about that show. Like, I haven't been thinking about it, I haven't been watching it. But then I was on Amazon, I think, and I just saw that it was a book by Stephen King. What? And I just had like started my Stephen King reading, that I wanted to read all of his books, so I immediately added it to my wish list, and I think I got it for my birthday, yes, which I'm very thankful for. And I was so excited to delve into this world again, because it's obviously been years since I watched the television show, so I couldn't remember details. I just know like the plot, like overall. And I was so excited to jump into this world, and I got all the good memories back, all the good feelings. And obviously it's a bit nostalgic for me since I watched the television show, because I know this has a lot of reviews. Like, not a lot of people seem to have liked this one, and I think I might not have liked it as well unless I had that nostalgic feeling to it, because it brought back so many memories from that time of my life. In this book, we follow this town called Chester's Mill, where all of a sudden one day a dome comes down, enclosing this entire city, and no one knows why or what's going on. People think it is a military experiment, some people think it's aliens, UFOs, and you kind of follow throughout this entire big book as the people of this town trying to figure it out, trying to solve the mystery of the dome. And it's a lot. You follow a lot of different characters. You get to know like pretty much this entire town. You have so many interesting characters, you have so many weird characters, odd characters. You get to follow so many different people of this town, and I loved it so much. It's a lot boring at times, I would say, but I loved this book, probably because it's so nostalgic for me, because I did love the TV show. Like, but I think it's so diverse as well, because you follow kids, you follow like adults, you follow the police, you follow the news reporter, you follow like so many different people's perspective, and it's just really great. I loved it to follow this small little town as they're trying to figure out why there's a dome covering it, like what is going on. I loved it. I do really think it's a good book, and I really would want to watch the television show again, because it's been a while, obviously. So this book is always gonna have a special place in my heart, because it just brought back so many good memories, and I love this cover. I really enjoyed it. The next book I read in January was The Gracier by Kim Liggett. This was a really cool fantasy story about this world where when girls are 16, they are banished from the world to go off to this gracier, because girls that age are starting to show signs of magic, and they are sent off to this gracier to get rinsed of that magic, to become pure, to come back, and then for marriage. And it's a terrible world where women are treated really horribly, and it's just not a world where you would want to live in. And so we follow this one girl, mainly Tiernan, as she is off for her gracier, and not all people come back alive from their gracier, which is well known. Parents send off their daughters to the gracier knowing that they might not come back, because their magic could be dangerous, and it's horrible. And you follow her as she's off to this gracier, and all the adventures that lure there, all the challenges that they are standing in front of. And when Tiernan is at her gracier, she learns what it's really about. She learns some secrets there that people of the world should know. She learns that it's not what people think it is. And it's a powerful story about freedom, about power, about equality. I thought the ending was truly inspirational and beautiful. Like, it had a really good ending, that it ended off in a hopeful note for this world, for this city, and I thought that was purely beautiful. Yeah, it was just really this fierce story about fighting for what's right, for your freedom, for your rights, and I just felt very inspirational and hopeful for these people and for this world when I closed the book out. So definitely recommend it if you're looking for a powerful fantasy story. The next book I read was The Return by Rachel Harrison. This is a thriller book that I kind of picked up on a whim. When I was book shopping a while back, when I was visiting my friend in another city at this really huge famous bookstore there, and I saw this one. It was purely a cover buy. I hadn't heard anyone talk about it. I haven't seen it anywhere until then. I grabbed it because it just looked really cool. I mean, look at it. look at it. It looks really cool and creepy, right? So going into this, I didn't have too high expectations. Since I hadn't heard anything about it, I assumed that it was not going to be maybe good because no one has talked about it. But I tell you guys, I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. In here, we follow this friend group. I believe there are 4 girls. And one day, one of the girls, Julie, goes missing. And months go by and they presume her dead because she's not coming back. And it's obviously terrible. Jump forward 2 years forward. Julie comes back. All of a sudden, she is sitting on her porch drinking tea. Just like that. 2 years has passed and she's back. Just like that. That's obviously a huge thing, and the girls are excited to meet her again, to see her again. They really soon discover though that she's really different, which I would say like it's to be expected. Let's say you have been kidnapped, gone for 2 years. You come back, of course you're gonna be changed, of course you're gonna be different, of course you're gonna look sick, you're gonna have bruises, you're gonna have marks. That would be expected, but these girls are really worried about her because she's acting really strange. But they want to get back to knowing her, they want to support her. So one of the girls picks a trip for them to go to this hotel where weird things starts to happen. It's really funny. You follow them at this hotel. They all got different rooms because this is a really famous hotel that has really extreme themes. So the rooms have really extreme themes, and the girls wanted to have one of their own so they can see the themes. And weird things starts to happen at this hotel, like creepy things. Just there's no people there except them. The rooms are not like they left them. They see shadows, just weird things going on at this hotel. It's giving you kind of weird vibes, creepy vibes, definitely. And up top of the hotel giving you weird vibes, Julie is also giving off really creepy and weird vibes. So one scene, they were sitting and eating and having drinks at this hotel one night, you know, talking, getting to know each other again because 2 years has passed, a lot has changed, and they're trying to support Julie back to life. And all of a sudden Julie orders meat, and like she eats meat, which the girls think is really weird because Julie has been a vegetarian her entire life and she would freak out if she accidentally eat a little piece of meat, but now she's eating a whole piece of meat just like it's nothing. And like little things like that makes them worried about Julie because things are not adding up. Like it's Julie, but it's not Julie. And one of the girls are extremely worried, and she is in contact with Julie's husband, and both of them have seen very weird things and they think something is going on. And it's actually, there had some gruesome, really gross moments in here. The husband is talking about something that he saw Julie do. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was so disgusting. And at that time, I really was in a state of, I wondered because I haven't heard anyone talk about it, so I couldn't know. And I didn't want to look it up because I wanted to find out on my own. But at that time, I wondered, oh, is this going to be a supernatural thriller? Because my original thought was that, oh, Julie has been kidnapped for 2 years and now she's come back. Of course, it's going to be different. I thought it was going to be one of those, like, one of those thrillers, but as time moved on, I really thought it was going to be a supernatural thriller where she has been like turned into a monster or something, because it was just really funny. I have a reading vlog on it if you want to know more of my thoughts, because I had a great time reading it. It was just really fun and odd and weird and super creepy. A perfect thriller in my opinion. The ending was really weird. I did not understand it. I don't know what was happening. I just no. But it was a great thriller. I had so much fun. I laughed. I almost cried. I was scared. I was grossed out. If you are looking for a good thriller, I would definitely recommend this. I thought it was a great one. And I'm definitely gonna look up if she has more books because I'm definitely interested in them. And so if so, I just had a lot of fun with this one. It was a really good book. And the last book I read in January was For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. This was her debut novel and I was very excited to read it. We follow this royal family where the first daughter is born for the throne and the second daughter is born for the wolf. And we follow, from this book, we follow the second daughter, Red. So she's born for the wolf. So she is kind of like destined to be with the wolf or to be sacrificed for the wolf, I guess. And the wolf is this legend about a monster. But Red goes off because she wants to protect her family. She has magic and she can be dangerous. So she goes off to the wolf to protect her family, to protect her loved ones. And she soon discovers that the wolf is not at all as the legend says. He's not this cruel monster that wants to kill. He's a man and he's fighting for what's right. And it's just, I loved it. I thought it was a perfect fantasy. I have a little bit hard time to get into fantasy, but this one was pretty easy to get into, I feel like. not too much world building, not too much weird stuff going on. Pretty simple in my opinion, and I really enjoyed it. So you follow mainly from Red's perspective, the second daughter, as she's there trying to fight for this, but you also follow a little bit from Red's sister's perspective, the first daughter that is born for the throne, as she's trying to rescue Red, but Red doesn't want to be rescued. And I really enjoyed it. I know it's going to be a second book where you follow the first daughter, and I'm really excited to get my hands on that one. I don't know when it's going to be out, but that one definitely is going on my TBR because I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a great debut novel, great fantasy, not too long, perfect length, and it even had a little bit of romance in it. It kind of reminded me of the Curse of Dark and Lonely trilogy, so if you enjoyed that as I did, you will probably enjoy this one. But yeah, that was it for my January wrap up. If you have read any of these, please let me know, or if you're wanting to, and let me know your thoughts. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye!